Hey, good morning, everybody. Can't believe it's Friday. It's crazy how fast this week has gone. It's going to be December in a second. Good morning, everyone. Just going to wait while you all come on into the kitchen. Hope that you've had a good week. And yes, I do have a song for you today. Not that I'm promising a song every day because that's way too much pressure. But today I have a song. How's everyone going? How's everyone managing in this bloody lockdown? Sydney, Melbourne, how's everyone else going? Good morning, Lisa. Good to see you here. Hi, everybody. Hi. Morning, Jennifer. Hey, Jess. Am I going to sing? You know what, Jessie? I don't think that I should sing, really. I think my cooking is better than my singing, so I don't really want to sing. But maybe. We'll see how we go. Yeah, Friday, exactly. Morning, everyone. Hey, Baked by Marina. You've been baking beautiful stuff, actually, on Instagram. Thanks for tagging us. Hey, Lisa. Oh, there's blue chucks at Costco. You know what, Lisa? I think I may have changed to purple, actually. I hate to say it. I may be swaying. Yeah. Good morning, Polizzi. Good morning. Lovely Wendell's 323. Hi, everyone. Hi, Claire from Auckland. How's it going over there? How's New Zealand coming along? Good morning, Doris. Good to see you. Hey, Melanie. Hi, Sue. Hi. I'm glad you can watch this instead of the press release. Is that the press release in Melbourne, perhaps at 11:30? I didn't even watch the one in Sydney today. I don't know what happened. I'm just staying in my little cooking bubble. Oh, hey, Mel and Lauren, both of you. So good to have you here. Hey. Big sigh before we start. The weekend is supposed to be beautiful here in Sydney. Feeling a bit summer vibes here, which is perfect for what we're making today. It's going to be great for the weekend. And I'm still drinking my water and lemon juice, hoping it will have some miraculous impact on my health. Good morning, Taxi Mary from Melbourne. Hey, Sue, good to see you. Hello, everybody. Yeah, I'm sorry the Melbourne press conference is depressing. I'm feeling that things are changing in Sydney, which is why the song that I'm going to play is relevant to how I think some of us are feeling in Sydney. Like we can see the light at the end of the tunnel, perhaps. So let's start off with the song before we get cooking. And I'm starting it in the middle of the song because I want to get the best bit, okay? And Hamilton fans will love it, and non-Hamilton fans will hopefully learn to love it. Okay, good morning, Bonnie. So I've lost my spot here. Hold on. All right, not so technical all the time. Good morning, Brizzy Chris. Nice to see you. All right, ready? This is the song of the moment for me in Sydney, and let's see what you think.
Hamilton doesn't hesitate. He exhibits no restraint. Takes and he takes and he takes and he keeps winning.
Does anyone know this song?
Changes the game, plays and he raises the stakes. If there's a reason he seems to thrive, and so few survive, then goddammit, I'm willing to wait for it. I'm willing to wait for it. Life doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints.
It's from Hamilton. And the song is called Wait For It. I'm willing to wait for it, right? We're all willing to wait for it. What's coming? I love this song too. It's my favourite song. There you go. That's my song of the day, Wait For It, from Hamilton. And if you are a fan of that song, there is a brilliant show on Netflix called Song Exploder. And they take a song from different famous whatevers and they look at how it was written. And this one is unbelievable. They show Lin-Manuel Miranda and how he thought of this song, and it's such a good story. So watch it. I loved it. I've watched it about 6 times. All right. Hey, all. We're ready to start cooking, I think. Not that it's much cooking today. It's more stirring a little and talking. But I am in awe and amazed by the miraculous colour of this blood orange juice. I mean, look at the colour of that. It is unbelievably beautiful. So blood oranges, if you don't know much about it, there's an IGT I did last Saturday or Sunday, whatever day it was, with Len from Red Belly Citrus. And then I ordered a box and they arrived the next day, and lots of people ordered boxes. You can get a whole box for $45. They're great. They're small oranges, so they're particularly good, I think, for juicing and eating. To try to segment them, they're quite small, but have a look inside. These ones are from Red Belly Citrus. This is actually quite not such a dark one, but they're just beautiful, and they're lovely to eat, and they're lovely to juice. And since we got them, I've nearly finished the box, actually. I've got about 8 left in a box of, 60, because we've been drinking it all week. Because Len convinced us that they're like health potions, right? So there was some experiment with mice, and this is hilarious because Danny's now drinking buckets and buckets of it because he thinks it's going to make him lose weight. Because Len told us they did an experiment with mice where they fed them both 2 samples fatty foods, and one sample got to drink blood orange juice and the other sample didn't. And the one that drank the blood orange juice lost weight and didn't have any health issues, and the ones that drank water or whatever got liver disease and fatty liver and blah blah, and didn't lose weight. So there you go. Maybe it's a miracle cure. I don't think so, but I think it is very good for you. It's got lots of vitamins and extra things, lots of antioxidants, so it's worth eating a couple a day, I reckon. All right, so 2 recipes today. Yes, Danny, it is being recorded. All of these are recorded, and they go straight onto IGTV on our Instagram page, so you can watch all of them. This is number 42 in the series. I love Camparian soda. That's my drink of choice in the afternoon, if I'm playing bridge, if I'm with friends. I find it not sweet, it's bitter, which I love, like Radicchio, same sort of thing. I just do a couple of nips of Campari, which is this red liqueur made from oranges, actually, and secret spices. It's a bitter, so it's actually good for you because it gets your digestion going. That's my excuse for drinking it. It's actually a health potion as well. Have that, couple of nips of that on some ice with a splash of soda water. That's it, and I love it. I can drink it all day. The other thing I love is an Aperol Spritz. Love it a bit less. The older I get, the less I want sweet things. So it's not my favourite anymore, but I used to love it, which is Aperol, which is a different sort of liqueur, much sweeter. Have that with Prosecco, which is a sweet sparkling wine, a bit of soda and Aperol, and that's called an Aperol Spritz. So in our book, now for something sweet, we have an Aperol Spritz Granita that's absolutely fantastic, made with regular orange juice. Now you could just substitute blood orange juice for that and it would be fantastic. Aperol, sugar, blood orange juice, soda water, fantastic. But today I thought we would make a blood orange Camparian soda granita. The thing about granitas, it's so easy to make. It's just a matter of putting whatever mixture you make into the freezer in a dish like this, in a container like this or a metal container. Flatter and wider is better because you want the ice crystals to form quickly, and just stick it in the freezer. And after a few hours, I'll show you one that I've done, you just fork it. Take your fork and scratch the ice to form crystals, and then do that a couple times, and then it's ready. And it lasts, honestly, for months in the freezer. I shouldn't really say that, but I've had it after it being in the freezer for months and months. It just stays as it is. It's a great dessert for summer. It's a great drink / sweet thing in the afternoon. It's so special and so simple. Now, if you don't want to drink alcohol, if you're not into the alcohol part of it, then you can just make a plain blood orange granita with blood orange juice, lime, sugar, and a bit of soda water. And I've got that recipe on the thing. I've got 350 mils of blood orange juice, 2 pieces of blood orange rind, which I'll show you, either a quarter to a third of a cup of sugar. This is just the non-alcoholic version. 2 tablespoons of fresh lime juice. I think lime just adds another element, and half a cup or a cup of soda water. Depending on how sweet your oranges are, depends on how much sugar you want to add. Remember, the mixture you taste is going to taste sweeter than when it's frozen. It won't taste as sweet. But I prefer it not super, super sweet. So mine is erring on the side of more bitter than sweet, but feel free to change it up. The other thing that's important to remember, if you put lots and lots of alcohol in something that you're freezing, it just won't freeze because of the alcohol content. And the amount of sugar impacts how the texture of the ice is. So everything is changed depending on what you put in your mixture. This is the one I made the other day, and I think it's fabulous. Feel free to modify anything that you don't like. I'll just show you how I do it. The question I have for you is, though, and I don't really know the answer, is that we've always heard over the years in cooking that that when you boil alcohol, it boils the alcohol off. So you've just left with the flavour of the wine or the Campari. I don't know if that's actually true. And I don't know, I guess I could Google it. I have a science degree, believe it or not, but I don't know the answer to that. Does anyone know? Is it true that if you boil alcohol, the alcohol dissipates, evaporates? Don't know the answer. Would love to know. Can everyone hear me okay? Is someone having a problem with sound, or are we okay? Can someone give me a thumbs up there? Just want to check that we're okay. I've got lots of hearts. I assume that's the same as a thumbs up. Let's have a look. Oh, sometimes we get stuck. No, we're not stuck. Oh, good. Oh, we are stuck. Okay, sorry about this. This is very awkward. Sorry, one sec. How do I get rid of that now? Okay. So, are you saying it's not true? Sorry, I've got a problem with this. I've got to fix it. Sorry, guys. You'll have to bear with me for 1 minute. Sorry. Just while I come a bit closer here. Okay, sorry, I missed all of that. Lost but came back. Okay, all good. All right, how do I get rid of this? I've got this comment thing at the bottom and I don't actually want to comment. So I don't know how to get back to my page without that. Okay, well, looks like I can't. Can I? Sorry, you just have to bear with me. There we are. I just said hi. Now I'm going to go back to my page. Okay, so Taxi Mary says that there's a little bit of alcohol left always. Well, that's what I wondered, because, you know, if you're making this for someone who doesn't want to drink alcohol at all, then you just don't put the alcohol in, okay? And you're just going to make them a Blood Orange Granita without the alcohol. But why is that rumour there? Is it like, where did it start, and why do people think that it does get rid of all the alcohol? But I'm going to believe Taxi Mary, okay? Thank you for that. All right, so let's start. We're going to put in the saucepan, and you could actually not do it in the saucepan at all. If you use caster sugar and you whisk it and it dissolves, that will be fine. But what I like is just cooking it a tiny bit, get some more of the orange peel flavour, which I want. So I'm going to I've washed this orange well. I'm going to take 2 strips of it with my peeler. I don't want the white, I just want the peel. Okay, so apparently 10% remains of the alcohol. Okay. So if you use something like Campari, which is very low in alcohol anyway, it's actually not that low. It's actually not low at all. I don't know why I thought that. It's low in comparison to vodka and gin, but it's not low in comparison to wine. But you only have 1 nip. So, okay, in here I'm going to put a third of a cup of Campari in with my orange rind. Okay, and I'm going to add to that 3/4 of a cup of sugar. It sounds like a lot. I made it with 1/2 cup first, and I found it too bitter for a sweet ice, okay? Again, if you find that too much sugar for this, then you do less. But I'm going to do 3/4 of a cup of sugar. Seems a lot, doesn't it? And I'm just going to turn that on, and I'm going to dissolve the sugar in the Campari. I don't really want to bring it to the boil because I don't want to lose the alcohol content in this, because for me this is an alcoholic beverage or an alcoholic ice. Okay, so I want the alcohol content, but it's up to you. I'm just going to stir it until it dissolves, and that's all. And then we go on to the next step, which is, let me get a measuring cup. I'm going to measure my blood orange juice. That'll do. I need 1 cup of blood orange juice for this. Okay, so I'm just going to measure a cup. That colour is just phenomenal, isn't it? How many of you ordered a box of blood orange juice? I'd love to know how many of you ordered and got your red belly citrus. Okay, so I'm going to turn it down a bit. I want the heat on sort of medium-low. And I'm just going to get rid of the sugar crystals and give it a stir. And then just it's a matter of adding everything in and freezing it until it's ready. It's so super easy. It's so yum. The Aperol Spritz Granita is outstanding as well. It's really one of my favourites. And what happens over summer here is we always have a big tub in the freezer and you can just go and eat it any time. You know, it's a nice little afternoon pick-me-up, perhaps. Okay, great. There's lots of people who ordered the oranges. I'm so happy. I was so pleased to discover Red Belly Citrus. I've been following them on Instagram for a long time. I like what they do and I like their oranges. And I love blood oranges. For those who don't know and who haven't watched the video, the blood orange season is sort of from the end of July now, stretches till October. It was much shorter in past years. And I used to wait till there was a blood orange in the shop and finally you'd have it. You'd have about 6 weeks or 8 weeks and then they were gone and it was over. To me, there's something special about the seasonal element of it, you know, to look forward to something and wait in anticipation till it arrives. And then it arrives and you enjoy it and then it's gone. And then you've got to wait again to next season. I think that's a great way to enjoy things, you know, not have everything all the time. Excellent. Someone's on Aldenese onto your 3rd box this season. I love it. Yeah, I'm about to order another one, I think. This one went too fast. The other thing that is a good thing to do with the oranges, if you are going to use them for juicing, is just juice them and put it in the freezer, like package them in takeaway containers, you know, 2 cups at a time, and then they're great for ages, and then you can have them after the season. You know, you can also dehydrate orange slices in the oven. You can, to preserve them. You know, you can eat them fresh, eat the fruit during the season, and then afterwards you've got the juice left over for those oranges that you didn't eat the fruit of. All right, so this is just, I can turn it up a bit. So I'm going to do next week, I think, no, the week after, I'm going to do a blood orange bread and butter pudding because while the orange and blood orange season is at its peak, we might as well make use of it. You know, it's just a beautiful time. So I'm giving this a stir, and I also love oranges. I don't know about you, but the oranges at the moment are just outstanding. You know, it makes you feel like you are ingesting goodness and vitamin C when you just cut up an orange for afternoon tea. And the way I cut my oranges is very precise. I might show you in a sec. I created a rod for my own back with my kids because when they were in kindy and used to sell, or school, primary school, and used to send lunches with them, I used to cut the oranges like this. And what I did is I pretty much ruined them forever because they can't ever have pith on their orange now. And I'll show you in a minute how I cut it. So this is boiling nicely. All the sugar is dissolved from the edges, just starting to simmer nicely, I should say. Okay, and just make sure you get all those sugar crystals from the outside. That's perfect. Yum. And now I'm just going to add in everything else, okay? I'm going to add in my blood orange juice. Okay, 1 cup, so that's 1 cup of orange juice. I've got 2 slices of peeled orange peel. I've got a third of a cup of Campari, and I'm going to add, let me have a taste of it. It's delicious. It's just delicious already. Just delicious. And I'm using soda water. And I am using a Woolworths brand soda water. That's what we drink. We drink lots of different things, but I went off we used to drink San Pellegrino all the time, and I just got a bit tired of, not tired, that's the wrong word. I just thought it was time to buy Australian things. So I went to Mount Franklin sparkling water and Woolworths and Coles sparkling water, and occasionally we buy Woolworths soda water, which is great. Okay, so I'm going to put 1 cup of soda water in, And don't ask me, please, if the bubbles translate into frozen lightness. I don't know. But since we're making a Camparian soda granita, I have to put in soda water. Okay? So if you've got mineral water, put mineral water in. If you don't have either, just do water. Okay? So I've got this lovely, bubbly mixture, which now tastes... You know, it's a little bitter, it's a little sweet. You can taste the blood orange, you can taste the Campari. I could really get a straw and drink that whole thing right now, but I'm not going to because I'm going to put it in the freezer. So I've got my wide container. It can be plastic or metal. Anything is fine as long as it is freezer proof. And I'm just going to pour the mixture into the container. You can see how simple it is. It's really, really so easy. Yep, I agree, Danny. SodaStream is great. But the problem is that we got this zip tap with carbonated water a few years ago. And it's actually an annoying thing because, you know, it breaks all the time and you've got to replace the CO2 bottles and whatever. I thought it would be better and I wish that we'd got a SodaStream instead. But now that I've invested in that, I feel bad buying something else. So I'm stuck with that, which works okay. So see what I've done? It's quite shallow, and I'm going to get the ones that I made before to show you. No, this one didn't get lime juice. You could put some lime juice in, but it doesn't really need it because you've got the Campari bitterness. I would reserve the lime juice for the fresh one without alcohol. Okay, so how many oranges? It's a good question. I knew someone was going to ask, and I counted. I got 500 mils of juice out of 10 oranges, okay? So that is 50. Oh, did I include the peel? That's a good point. I did. The peel is in there, and I'll pull it out when we scrape it later. You can leave it in or out. It doesn't matter. I'll tell you what else would go really nicely with the blood orange and lime granita is a piece of ginger. I could put a knob of ginger in there while I am melting the sugar and even leave it in there while it's freezing and then take it out. I think that would be beautiful. Orange, ginger, and lime. Okay. So I'm putting this in the freezer now and I'm going to go and get the ones that I made before just to show you. I'm coming back. I will be there in a second. Hold on. Okay. So. Okay. Is everyone following who's cooking along? I hope I haven't gone too fast. Let me just put a board here. Okay, so this is the non-alcoholic version. And they have a different, I was going to say crumb, but that's not the right word, a different ice flake consistency because of the alcohol, because of the sugar. You'll see when you make it that it's different. So this is the non-alcoholic one. You can hear the sound. So what you'll do is, in a few hours, you'll go to maybe in 3 hours, you'll go to the freezer. You don't have to do it every hour at all. And it will be starting to form like a solid ice rink. And you'll take your fork and you'll just do that. Make sure you get to the edges at the bottom. That's why a deeper container is harder because you get these solid bits like that in the bottom. But you've just got to scrape them all, okay? And just scrape it. Yeah. Flick it all out of the container onto the bench if you want. And then you're going to put it back in the freezer for a few more hours. And then take it out again. Do it 2 or 3 times. Sometimes I've forgotten about it till the next day. Forgot. And you've got to just do it. And it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't. It's very forgiving. It's very delicious. See, I've got my bits from the corner that I didn't get to that I'm just going to scrape now. It's so yum. So this is the non-alcoholic version. Now, if you wanted to turn this into an alcoholic version, what you could do, I forgot my word of warning. It is going to turn your wooden spoon red, okay? Just is. So I'll show you how I would serve this. Firstly, you could put this in a little glass or a cup or a bowl. You could add a nip of your favourite. You could add gin, you could add vodka, you could even put your Campari in now and make it like a slushy. It would just go more slushy. So I would just serve it like that, even as dessert. It's lovely, or something in the afternoon. It's fresh, it's light, It's icy, it's sweet, but not too sweet. But remember, when you make it, you decide if it's too sweet. Maybe, I think this is perfect, and this is, people are coming into my house, left, right and centre this morning. I'm trying to remember how much sugar I put in mine. I think I put a third of a cup of sugar, and you could go down to a quarter. Okay, this is the blood orange without alcohol. Very good. It's really, really, really lovely. I forgot how lovely it is. I'm just going to stand here and eat the whole thing. Look at the colour. It's amazing, Chris, isn't it? Look, it's just gorgeous. Okay. I'm going to get brain freeze in a minute, and then it will be bad. All right. Clean up my mess, and let's get the other one. The other one's completely different. Once you put alcohol in, it just changes it. So it's got a slightly different colour because it's got Campari in it, and it's got a slightly different texture. It's less icy and a bit softer. I would serve this one in a lovely glass like that, okay? So let me just get a spoon. Yeah, I'll go through the measurements again. So I would put this in a nice glass, 5 o'clock in summer. No, let's talk tomorrow. Tomorrow, 5 o'clock, go to your freezer, get a lovely glass, fill it up halfway. This probably serves about 4 people. Depends how you serve it and how much you serve everybody. Probably about 4 of that size. I would serve it exactly like that with a spoon. And there's something delicious. Have a few little roasted almonds on the side. Make me very happy. And this one, it's exceptionally good. If you love Campari soda, you will love this. It just takes it to the next level. I forgot how good this was as well. You've got to make this, guys. It's really something else. I'm going to have this whole thing now because it's just so delicious. So they're both really good. Looks nice, doesn't it? You could even serve that for, when we're allowed to have people again, for a dinner party, for dessert. It's just beautiful. Just like that. So good for summer, so light, so, it just feels almost good for you. It has got Campari in it, it's got blood orange and all those antioxidants. This is pretty much a health granita, okay? Apart from the sugar. I love it. This is fantastic. So there is my lovely Campari soda granita. There is my beautiful blood orange and lime granita, which is just lovely. Let me have another taste of that again. It's also so good. I mean, honestly, I could have them both. Always delicious. Okay, let me run through the measurements again. It's so refreshing. That's exactly right, Hillary. I know Hillary is a big fan. I think Hillary's in Adelaide, a big fan of blood oranges. And Hillary has given us the orange bread and butter pudding made with blood orange marmalade that I'm going to do in a couple of weeks. So you'll get to see that beautiful recipe. I've been keeping my leftover challah. I've put it in the freezer. I've taken the crust off, put it in the freezer in anticipation for making that bread and butter pudding. Okay, let me run through the measurements again. Blood orange Camparian soda granita's got 1 cup of juice, 2 pieces of rind, third of a cup of Campari, 3/4 of a cup of sugar, and 1 cup of soda water. I think this is actually perfect. I think those quantities are right. Now, with the blood orange and lime granita, this is the quantity, and I actually have changed it since that one. 350 mils of blood orange juice, which is that much. 2 pieces of orange rind, 1/4 to 1/3 of a cup of sugar, depending on how sweet or tart your oranges are. 2 tablespoons of fresh lime juice. My limes were huge. That was a 1/2 lime. And 1 cup of soda water. I started with a 1/2 cup, and then I tasted it, and I found that it was just too sweet and needed just something to dilute it. So 1 cup of water, soda water. So that is the Granita story. I'm so excited I'm going to finish this. I hope that some of you made the tuna pasta. I had it for lunch yesterday after our session and I absolutely loved it. It's a really good recipe. I'm going to be back next week on Tuesday we're going to make apple and honey cupcakes with cream cheese frosting for next week. If you're fasting on Yom Kippur, it's good to start the fast, it's good to end the fast. Wednesday, we're going to be making cholent, which is a slow-cooked bean, beef and barley dish. It's going to be winter next week. Making that on Wednesday. The recipes are going to go up tomorrow. You'll see them. And then on Friday, we're doing apricot plätzle, which is an apricot sweet made with dried apricots and sugar. And it's absolutely fantastic. How do I cut the orange pith free? That's what I was going to show you, the oranges. Let me show you quickly, okay? 2 things to show you here. One is, where's my knife, okay? The first one is, how do I cut the orange pith free? Yeah. Take your orange. I cut the ends off, like that. Okay, just top and tail it. I then, with a sharp knife, this is a great one, I go down the outside of the orange. This orange isn't going to be good because I see the centre's not in the centre, but anyway, it doesn't matter. And I cut with the knife, right? I cut all the pith off on the outside. And I just cut carefully around it. And if it's a bigger orange, obviously it's easier. But I picked this tiny little blood one. Okay, so I've got this orange with nothing on the outside, a naked orange. And I'm going to pick see the middle of the orange there, that little stalk or whatever you call it, the stem. I'm going to cut on either side of it so that I have got a piece of orange with no stalk or pith or any inside there. I'm going to do the same on the other side, so cut the cheeks off if you like. And then I'm going to take my middle bit here and cut down each side of it. Okay, like this. Now, if you love the stalky, stemmy bit of the orange, you can of course eat that. That's not what I'm after here. I've now got my 4 pieces from the orange and I cut in between the membranes so the membranes stay hidden. So cut, cut, cut. So you know what I mean, that there's like little membranes through the orange and I'm cutting in between them so that it looks, there's nothing pithy about that. And I want to show you what that looks like. Hold on a second. And then I have beautifully segmented oranges. I haven't wasted the whole orange like you often do when you segment it around the orange. And that's it. Orange without pith. So that's it. That's how I cut my oranges. And now they're delicious to eat. Like really outstanding. So my kids are spoiled. And when I cut myself an orange for a snack, I do it like that. Yeah, I know. Spoil, what can I say? So that's it from me. If you're going to make cholent with me next week, which is the slow cook thing, I'm putting the recipe up on Sunday so you can get organised, because you need to buy your meat, you need to soak your beans on Tuesday for Wednesday, and you put it in the oven. We're going to put it in for about 24 hours. That's right, one day. Putting it in on Wednesday afternoon so that if you are fasting and want to break the fast with it, it'll be ready for you. Just a thought. That's it from me. Have a great, great weekend. I know I'm going to have a great weekend because I've got a freezer full of this now. and I'm going to enjoy it because it's just delicious. Really, really. I hope I've convinced you all to go and make it. It's really good. Have a great weekend, everyone. Hey, Archie, good to see you. Archie the dog, very nice to have you with us. Hey, Kez, thanks for being here. And everyone, have a beautiful weekend. Stay safe. If you're in lockdown, stay home. Hopefully we won't be here for much longer doing it like this, and we'll be out and about having picnics in the park. Thank you all. I hope you enjoy the weekend. I really do. Hopefully Sydney will be like summer. Thank you, and see you on Tuesday. Bye all.